This time I clicked the right button.
Mhm.
All right, and we're live.
Woohoo!
I clicked the right button this time.
Hey, you got to start somewhere.
All right. Well, right now it's just me and Babs. We'll be joined later by the mindless one, and hopefully King can join us as well. Probably Allie as well a little bit later on, as she's still at work. But welcome once again to another D&D recap, especially
Woohoo!
from the last session. Um,
Right? That
which
was
there
that
was
was a rough one.
which that one got really close to not being another session.
Yes. Well, not with the same people anyway.
Have to start all over again.
Yeah.
Well, except for Mindless's character, because Karn would just die, and reconstitute inside the abyssal plane again, and so Karn would be able to come back.
Yes.
Oh. How's it going, Dave?
Hey, Dave. Yeah. Well, and that is a question. What would Lejour do at that point?
Well, shit. Gotta find me another
Right?
warlock.
And then there's Tez's whole contract. Like that could be a thing.
Yeah, Tess comes back as some sort of demonic being.
Mm-hmm.
Like, no, you got a contract. Get your ass back up here and fill it.
Right?
You don't get out of contract just because you die.
All right. I'm almost done with this. This was a quick project. I think it took much longer when I did my own.
Oh, man.
Wild cunning. Call out to the spirits of nature to guide you. When you cast the spell, choose one of the following effects. If there are any tracks on the ground within range, you know where they are, and you make wisdom survival checks to follow these tracks with advantage for 1 hour or until you cast the spell again. If there's edible forage, you know where to find it. If there's clean drinking water, you know where to find it. If there is suitable shelter, you know where to find it. Send the spirits back to the wood for fire and to set up campsite in the area using your supplies. The spirits build the fire in a circle of stones, put up tent, unroll bedrolls, and put out any rations and water for consumption. Spirits instantly break down a campsite. Blah, blah, blah. I think I'll put that under environmental.
Yeah, that would probably be an environmental spell for her. Yeah, and the thing I'm like, and y'all, and with that encounter from last week, I had to think on the fly because I can't let an NPC
Right?
that's supposed to be there to help y'all get. He pretty much got 3 tapped because like I said, that die was rolling
Those dice
hot.
were rolling hot for everybody, but not for anybody but you.
It was even rolling hot against me.
Yes.
So I think Drog took 2 nat 20s. So and even with him in a rage state and only taking half damage, he still took a lot of damage.
Right? Yeah, I was telling Trev, I'm like, we had multiple death saving throws. We need a healer. Bard healing spells can only do so much. All right. So her first cantrips and first level spells are done.
Ooh. But oh my lord!
Yeah.
And every time, and I, I have the system of how I decide who gets attacked, and that's just me, you know,
Yeah.
rolling another die, and I have each of you numbered according to, you know, uh, I'm just using the initiative order,
Yeah.
and so I just roll the die, and whichever one of y'all it rolls on is the one who gets hit.
Well, and I mean that varies. I mean, there have been times where it's been everybody shooting at me, and then other times other people.
Yeah, this time it was like every time Tez got up, Tez got knocked right back down.
Yeah. Like Marwin's trying to get to Tez to heal her, and like I said, bard spells only go so far. They're not intended for that purpose.
And like I said, we're going to retcon that, because you were accidentally thinking of T with the
Right?
the boots of Shadow Walk. So yeah, now your boots also have Shadow Walk on.
That's okay. We just know a little somebody who's been tampering. That's all. I don't think T used them more than a couple of times, though.
Yeah, she only used them like a few. Maybe
Maybe
2 or 3
twice.
times. Yeah,
Like she
which I
had
think
all those fancy toys and almost never used any of them.
that was because a lot of times y'all forgot y'all had the fancy toys.
Well, yes, that is true. That is very true.
Which this time I've given y'all some pretty good stuff, but I'm leaving it completely up to y'all to remember that y'all have it and remember how to use it.
Hence the inventory.
Which thankfully Mindless does not have that problem. He got the Staff of Divinity, and by God, he uses it.
Yeah. Well, and that's going to be a thing for Marwin, because while she has been thoroughly trained in fencing, she is not at heart a fighter. So remembering that she has a sword, she's got to remember she has a sword. She also has the dragon's tooth dagger, and she's never used it.
No.
But she's just not inclined to get in the middle of a melee.
Which another thing, with that sword, be very wary of these subtle hints that I do drop about that sword, because
Yes.
like with you seeing the rune, when you first drew blood, that said feed. So,
Yes. I'm thinking that the sword might not be my friend.
which once you figure out what each rune means, because I'll tell you right now, there are 4 runes on there.
Mm-hmm.
Once you figure out what each rune means and what to do with each of those runes, I will say this: you would have an OP weapon once you can figure out exactly how to wield it.
Just to remember she has it first.
Yeah.
She's got to remember she's got it. And I'm going through, because I went all the way back to session 1 to start with the with the inventory of everything from potions to scrolls. Like, we have 3 scrolls of Dimension Door amongst us.
Oh yeah, from all the randomized loot tables that y'all are
Yeah.
that y'all are hitting.
We have 4 Fireball.
And there he is, the -1 for
Yay!
mindless fun.
Wait. How'd I get here?
I don't know.
Internet.
Wait, is this Charles or Carlos Norris down here?
This time I used blood of Chuck Norris.
Oh.
That's why you're round this time and not square.
1, that's nice. 2, you'd best change your home address and maybe the address on which planet you live on.
I've changed dimensions.
You think that's gonna stop him?
No, but it buy me some time. Yeah, we were what we were discussing earlier. You're pretty much the only one that if y'all had died in that encounter from last session, that would have came back because your body would just have evaporated from the mortal plane and you would have reconstituted in the abyssal plane.
Which is not usually a changeling's ability here, but I have certain contracts.
Well, you're also not a changeling from the mortal plane.
This is not something that they're supposed to know.
I think we already figured that out.
So you say.
Yeah, you gotta remember, Karn reeks of the abyssal plane. Either that, or it's the fact that he hasn't taken a shower in a while.
Hey, he took a shower the last time they were at that spa resort.
I had that. Well, that's been a while.
and I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm pretty sure Marwin would have made him shower at some point.
I'm pretty sure Marwin has. I'm pretty certain that Marwin has cast
prestidigitation
at least twice.
Yeah, so so it's definitely the abyssal plane, and not your stench.
Sorry if I'm a little on the horse side here. Really coming off of something that decided to hit me like an Emperor class freighter.
Yeah, it sounds like you're not feeling great.
Oh, really, I'm not. I'm getting better. Physically, my stamina is slowly coming back.
Yeah.
But it's gonna take a while. Baby steps. Baby steps.
Every little bit helps.
So, how did y'all feel, about that last session?
It was intense.
Y'all definitely took a hell of a beating.
Whoa. That's not the DM is not entirely without fault here.
It's not my fault the dice were rolling hot, or especially that one die. I used my metal die normally for combat because it normally doesn't roll high. But this time it was like bam, bam. Like,
which is usually a good indicator that maybe if I don't want to end this on a unsatisfactory level, I should probably switch up die.
Yeah, well.
Unfortunately, with my Dragon Age game here, it's all up to RNGesus.
Yeah, it's been it was a very intense. And when you think back to just going back to the beginning of the campaign, we have not had very many battle encounters at all. At least not with sentient beings.
You guys haven't? Yeah, you're right. You have to strategize when it comes to sentient beings, which is why I got up from where I was here up into a ledge so I could just be a
Take pop
nuisance.
shots. Yeah.
Yes.
Which I will say this: once y'all get to a higher level and start going up against some of the heavier mini bosses I have planning, those guys I've already got RNG tables, or RNG wheels already programmed out for them. So
Oh,
what they
motherfucker.
attack you with is whatever the wheel spins.
Well, that's that again. We're going to have to remember what items we have. Remember to use them
As best you can. It's one of the reasons why I'm holding on to something very special at the moment. You probably don't even remember I have it.
Well, that would depend because I have gone. Did you get my message?
That you needed an email from me, and yeah, sorry, that's part of when I was down for the count.
I figured as much. No, I went through going all the way back to our first session of this campaign. And made an inventory.
Yo. For like every individual?
For everybody.
Yo.
And here's also another question, because y'all have been introduced to Drog now.
Mm-hmm.
Is he actually a barbarian wizard, or is he just swinging his hammer so damn hard he's causing this stuff to happen?
That is a fair question.
I believe the only answer I can provide is yes.
Because to disarm the traps at the beginning, he slammed his hammer down, sending out thunder wave.
Yes.
And then he swung his hammer really hard to cause fireball.
But he also swung his hammer and cast, Hero's Feast.
Yeah, this is true.
He is a man of many talents.
Maybe Hero's Feast is the only thing he can actually cast, and everything else is just him swinging a hammer really fast. Because he does have efficiency.
Look, if this
and we never determined how many of her homemade grenades that Marwyn has.
We didn't.
Because she can make more whenever she wants. So
it doesn't take much more than some gunpowder, nitroglycerin, a container of some sort here, a piece of string, some glue, a prayer maybe.
Clay pots with pitch and black powder with a wick.
Oh, don't I know it? I know the actual meaning or the actual way to do such things here. Unfortunately, if I were to suggest that I did know such things, oh shit. Good night, everybody.
Hey, we homeschooled for years, and I have boys.
Oh man.
I mean, do we need more explanation than that?
I mean, some people might require it. I, on the other hand, just avoided the NSA. Praise me, praise me.
Well, just don't tell anybody what you can do with ferrous powder and aluminum.
Yes, that would be a bad thing.
I mean, by now, everybody across the seaboard knows how to make that.
Oh,
Well, and that was one of the things that I did when I was building Marwyn as a character. I mean, Terry and I went back and forth for ages going, okay, this is what she legitimately, this is knowledge that she could have. Like, that doesn't require.
I mean, yeah, given her brother's backstory, yeah.
And the fact that they're twins, if he learned it, she was going to find out. Like,
and now she's learning that, and that's one thing I love about having somebody who has given me a solidly built backstory is I can, for lack of a better term, I can manipulate that just a little bit,
yeah,
to pull more drama into, or more, not really traumatic, but a little bit more drama and a little bit more excitement into the future of the campaign. From
We'll say this much here. I'm kind of glad Karn came into the picture. He came in as a gimmick character.
And now you're full time.
I'm trying to die. They won't let me die.
And even if you do die, and you awaken and you find yourself back in your temple in the abyssal plane.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, and I mean, to a certain extent, all of our characters, I mean, Marwyn was not intended to be, but T was a gimmick. T was a gimmick. She was a great character.
Unfortunately, she didn't get to rage that much because she got shorter when she raged. She got smaller and heavier.
She turned into a little cannonball. But yeah, I mean, but that comes back to remembering what gear we have and remembering to use it.
Yeah, when you said you were going through the inventory, I had to go through and make sure I didn't give y'all something stupid like another holy hand grenade.
Oh, dear God, no.
No, I don't, other than a ton of scrolls. Like, Tez has 3 scrolls of hold person.
That could come in handy.
Yeah.
Actually, all the scrolls y'all have could come in handy if you can just figure out, the perfect situation to use them.
I mean, scattered amongst us, we have 4 scrolls of fireball. And 3 scorching ray. Marwyn has a raised dead, so
I mean, right now you have 6 dead bodies, so
that is true. That is true.
Are we talking necromancy here?
It is a scroll of raised dead, but also, the Myconids can use those dead bodies too.
They usually do.
Convert them into more Myconids.
Well, it's how they propagate. Spore! They spore everywhere.
Yeah. I got spore all over my face.
Okay, thank goodness. It was just hospitality spores.
Hello.
How's it going, King?
Hey, King.
Doing pretty
Hello,
well.
hello.
eventually I'm going to be helping, a couple of players in a campaign I'm starting up soon. Make the character sheets. They're both like incredibly new to it. So
Oh,
that's
gosh.
cool.
yeah, I think I've mentioned the sort. If I like said exactly what it was, but I think I mentioned the setting that I'm making before. In the Discord.
Yeah.
I think you mentioned it, yes.
Yeah.
My brain, however, right now is very, very loopy, and I don't know what to do with it right now.
Oh,
I've
yeah,
had
no, same
3
here.
hours of sleep. Because, night shift.
Well, and I just drove all day from Miami back up to Macon.
I finished my first full day of work in over 6 days because whatever nurgling piece of filth decided it wanted to take a piece of me. Well, guess what? Didn't succeed, did you, dirtbag?
Well, we're glad it didn't.
Yeah.
So, King, how did you feel about the last session?
It was fun, although I definitely felt the rage that Tez felt. And Tez isn't even close to the cave. She is well over that thread of discussion. She's going to blow it up. No matter what, she's going to do it.
I don't think you're going to get any argument on that from Marwin.
Yeah.
As long as we get
Look, we get
the
some platinum out of this here. You can blow up whatever the hell you want.
as long as we get the mushroom folk safely out of the blast radius.
Right, mushroom folk. Right. What was I saying?
Mm-hmm.
And y'all always make me have to I try to stay at least one step ahead of y'all. And then instead of going one step ahead of me, y'all take about 5 steps to the left. And
turn around back, then course right around forward, then oh hey, what's that?
Yeah.
Because I will honestly say that whole encounter was not planned.
Okay, that was just foolishness on your part.
Well,
what
I hope
did you think
I was
Marwin
hoping
was...
I was hoping y'all would continue to sneak around the camp and come to that on your way back out. But instead, you decided, nope, let's go right in there. I'm like, well, it looks like I got to move this up.
Well, to be fair, it was neither me nor Karn that started it.
Yeah, in fact, we kind of opted to try and say let's get out of here until we started seeing shiny.
Yeah.
And the Bardlock decided to go rushing in.
I know, right?
When
Leroy Jenkins.
you put you put a victimized group of individuals in front of her. What did you think she was going to do?
Circle around, come back when we're stronger, not when we're like a 4-man team against a 200 strong army.
Let me see.
Probably not that, but close enough.
Hang on, let me pull up I think I still got the sheet.
How many were actually in there before we...
I want to say there was 8.
10.
Yeah, 10.
Yeah.
There was 10 of them to begin with, and one of them was the boss, which that was the one that crushed Alice.
Yeah.
Which that was why I
Yeah.
gave the shocked look when I done that second strength check, and I asked you what your modifier was, because he also rolled a nat 20, but he has a +2 to strength.
I gotcha. I was in another window because I had D&D Beyond up,
Mm-hmm.
so I did not see that expression. Jesus, I got hit with a loud sound right now.
Oh,
I have no idea what is this you? Notification suggestions, turn off notifications from Microsoft Store.
That is not me.
not me either.
Nope.
God damn it, notifications. Why'd you have to jump scare me like that? Where the hell was I?
I have no idea what the question was anymore here. I've zoned out.
But yeah, I
Yes.
was even shocked when I rolled that nat 20. That's why my eyes got wide. I just put my hand over my mouth because I'm like, oh my god. I'm like, I'm gonna have to destroy this gun now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, Tez is going to make sure that even in hell, these bastards suffer more than they should.
Oh,
I
if,
don't
if
think
that's
that
all you
there's-
wanted, you should have just asked me.
Let's
don't
see.
think that
What
is
weapons
going to be
does
a
Tez
thing,
have?
because there is no more than they should. Anything they get is deserved.
Anything on top of that's just icing.
Yes.
And is well deserved as well.
Yeah. It's going to be interesting reading the recap of that session, and like specifically for the oh god, my brain. Yeah, specifically for the like the way that Tez's just breakdown is written.
I haven't gotten that far yet.
Yeah.
I've gotten to the opening scene of the battle, but I'm saving actually writing that for when I have a few more spoons.
That is completely understandable.
Yeah.
Because I also went back all the way to the beginning and created the inventory of everything that we have. Because that seems like something Marwyn would have done.
Yeah. Marwyn being a politician, yeah, she would have had inventory. She would have had stock of everything.
So yeah,
Marwyn is definitely a very thorough politician.
yeah. But between our gear, a lot of which we've forgotten we had.
Yeah, I completely forgot about the Morning Star.
Mm-hmm. Well, Marwyn forgets that she's carrying a sword.
I don't know why I have these on hand, but I believe I
So
have.
where's the link for the?
I don't know who they got distributed to. If they didn't get distributed, oh well. But apparently I've got a couple of daggers called the Hell Slicers or something like that.
You
Yeah.
do. You do indeed. The Hell Daggers.
Which, I'll be honest with you, would definitely help out. Unfortunately, it's never a good idea to change your monk weapons in the middle of battle.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Which-
I mean,
Which I find it funny that Marwyn continuously forgets that she has a sword, even though it is so bound to her.
yeah.
Seriously, you're a bard. You're a martial class, technically.
Yeah, I mean, and she knows how to use it. Like, it's not like she doesn't know how to use it. She just keeps forgetting it's there because prior to all of this, she didn't carry one.
And it's so light, it doesn't feel like it's there at all.
Yeah, and the other thing which for right now, it's not really going to matter which side that you use because but you have to remember it is a double-edged sword.
Yes.
One side is steel, one side is silver. So. But
that's the question: is can she wield that and the dragon's tooth?
It's a short sword, so she could one-hand wield.
Yeah, so she could.
So yeah, you could dual wield.
Yeah. Tez is going to be dual wielding.
Pistols or shotguns?
She doesn't have either right now, so she's personally delivering that ass beating.
Oh. So does she want to? Does she want to make use of the hell daggers?
She has the Hell Star, which of
Yeah.
course is a morning star enchanted by an archfiend, and deals sustaining fire damage.
Yeah.
Alongside, well, probably her hand axe, but let's see, what spells does she have? Let's see.
Yeah, Tez is going to go full Beavis, just start smacking people going, fire, fire, burn, burn.
Well, and honestly, when it comes to that, Tez actually has like you've got the Morning Star, you've got your gloves of missile snare, your gauntlets of power, and a noob's crossbow.
Yeah.
I will tell you this, King. If y'all make it out of this cave alive, Alice can be repaired, but unfortunately, she will not be as strong as she used to be.
I mean, the +3 bonus that she had was because of the whole training thing.
Yeah.
So, like, would that be gone or?
No, because that comes from your training.
Yeah, and the rest of it too is proficiency and the just so like would the 2d8 damage be nerfed or?
Yeah, probably the damage rate would be nerfed slightly, because you're having basically a custom made weapon, that's having to be repaired, and unfortunately, unless you can find the person who originally made it, it's nobody's going to be able to repair it to the way it once was.
You mean to tell me you haven't been making plans to build your own?
Well, at this, I feel like she's had it for like a good year or so, and it's literally her most prized item, and she knows it like in and out. Right.
The damage rate will probably be reduced. Like instead of it being 2d8, probably will drop down to like 2d6, and her fire rate might drop since she is a revolver. So instead of being able to pop off 6 rounds in a hurry, you can only pop off 4.
Oh, wait, there was a hold on. I could have fanned the hammer.
Yeah, she could have fanned the hammer.
I've not been. Why have I not known about this?
I told you at the beginning.
Marwyn doesn't use her sword.
I'm so used to fucking. I'm so used to like bows and stuff. Of course, I forget this. that combat would have went so differently.
Yeah, because her original build, I told you, that she would do the same until you upgraded it, of course. That she would do the same damage as magic missile, with the amount of rounds that you have. So you can fire 6 rounds at a time, which means you can fire 6 shots.
If that beep was a request, it's probably me.
Yeah, it was. There you go. You should be able to access the inventory now.
Thank you.
So I'm thinking like with with Alice, I'm thinking Tez, once she gets access to like a forge or something, she'll melt down all the metal parts and like make a steel platinum alloy and use that as the metal bits with just like keeping all the wood parts and using mending on that.
Okay, because that's what I was going to say. Is like I would allow you to use mending on the wooden part, so you could rebuild the stock and that. But the rest of it, you would need to, either get it to another artificer or a forge or a weaponsmith to, have it, remastered, or melt it down and basically build a brand new version.
I am an artificer, weaponsmith, whatever the fuck he said.
Oh yeah. Also, I thought of something kind of evil just now.
Brother,
I thought of something kind of evil that may or may not work.
What?
So, 2 of the spells that Tez has is, of course, Grease and Cloud of Daggers.
Yes.
Oh, lovely.
Well, and Terry, you might want to remind him about your rules about how we can choose our spells.
Oh, yeah. You need to remember that as long as you have the spell slots and as long as you can know that spell, you can cast that spell. I don't do the whole, you have to select so many, spells for, each day or after each long rest. You can cast whatever spell that is for that
in
level.
your list. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. The only thing you have to worry about is your spell slots. Because once you burn out of your spell slots, you can't use that level anymore.
Yeah, makes sense.
So you legitimately have access to the entire library of artificer spells, not just the ones you chose.
And the warlock spells.
And the warlock spells, yeah.
Like the only ones I would kind of restrict are the ones that require a long amount of time to or require a ritual, which takes like a long time to cast.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah. How long does it take? It takes 8 hours to do this spell. We ain't got 8
hours. Let's see. What do I have here? Okay. Potion of ritual speedy uppy.
Right.
Is that even a thing?
I don't think it is.
Can we use haste on this?
But yeah, so with Grease and Cloud of Daggers, Tez could just set up basically a trap. Just Duragar fall in, pulp comes out. Duragar falls in, pulp comes out.
Light the match.
Yeah, I mean,
light the match.
And Terry, what was it you said about stacking spells when I asked you about it?
Yeah, I'll allow y'all to to team up and stack a spell. The only thing, the only penalty would be that you both would burn that spell slot, but you would be able to double team and use 2 spells simultaneously.
So like you and I could when I made my spell book, I indicated whether it was a bard spell or a warlock spell. So we could take our warlock spells, for example, Booming Blade, and double it. And that's a cantrip.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, and with cantrips,
Wait, hold up.
I
What
would only
happens
have
if-
you. With cantrips, you would just burn an action.
Hold on. So does this apply to any? Does the spell doubling apply to any spell?
Yeah,
And,
any
well, it would be any spell that you and another player both have.
Eldritch Blast.
Oh,
4 beams at once.
yeah, because I have two beams.
Yeah.
Yeah, or
Another
thing
one is Toll the Dead. If you have that one.
I do.
Yeah, another one would be one of you cast, use the spell Grease, and the other one, Firebolt.
Yeah.
Set the grease on fire.
Nice.
And it gives them no time,
combos.
Yeah, and it would give them no time to, they wouldn't get 2 dexterity saves. They're only going to get 1, and if they fail, they are screwed because they're taking damage from both of those spells.
Yeah.
Ooh, if we double time Cloud of Daggers, because that's a warlock spell. If
Yep.
we double Cloud of Daggers, that's 8d4 damage.
And also remember that environmental spells can be offensive or defensive.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, that's
something
part of why
like
the grease slip into the goddamn blender.
yeah.
I'm like Hank from that one like non-canon episode of Madness Combat. It's blending time. Does it blend?
Let's
So,
find out.
Poison spray.
Taz is turning into Dale Gribble.
I got told you I'm not trying to do that. But wait a minute.
Well, now I have to find a spell that's basically pocket sand.
You don't need a
Oh, wait,
spell
hold up.
for
Isn't that
pocket
just
sand.
blind/deafen?
Pretty much. Or you could just have sand in your pocket at all times.
True.
Yeah.
I mean, pocket sand.
I cast pocket sand.
Puppet
It's like
is
that-
both a bard and a warlock spell.
Nice. Wait, hold up. What's the spell name? What?
Puppet. It's a first level spell.
And what exactly does it do?
Your gesture forces one humanoid you can see within range to make a Constitution saving throw. On a failed save, the target must move up to its speed in a direction you choose. In addition, you can cause the target to drop whatever it's holding. The spell has no effect on a humanoid that is immune to being charmed.
Wait, hold up. So it goes hold up. How much?
There's no
how many
damage.
feet
There's
how
no
many
damage.
feet? I'm just asking, how many feet? And did you say in a direction of your choice?
It doesn't say, actually. The target must move up to its speed in a direction you choose. In addition, you can cause the target to drop whatever it's holding. So, forced movement and forced disarmament.
All right. So it doesn't say. It just says it's movement speed, right? It doesn't
Right.
say that it has to be a direction it would naturally be able to go. I'm saying it's movement speed up into the air. Send it up.
I mean,
Launch
that's
it.
up to DM.
Launch it. Let's go.
I don't think you can make it go up unless it's something that has the ability to go has the ability to fly. But I also think both of you should have access to. I think y'all might have access to levitation
Let me think where I
or
would have.
levitate.
I'm trying to think how I would have classified that one.
Let's see.
Probably environmental.
Isn't levitate like a willing creature? Or willing willing thing? So here's the thing. We find a spell that allows us to encase the target in a bubble and cast
Yep.
levitate on the bubble.
Yeah, an unwilling creature has to succeed a con save.
Yeah.
So they fail a con save, you levitate them, they go up, and then you break concentration.
Yeah.
Wait, hold up. How many hours do we have before? Because we take like a short rest. How many hours do we have before the dwarves get in?
Because y'all are taking a short rest, y'all have about 11 hours.
All right, who here has the highest survivals? Or what stat
I
would be
think
what skill would be used in order to hide a gigantic fucking pit filled with spikes?
you know what I'm just
that would
gonna
probably
I'm gonna
be.
go right over here for now.
You know, we don't even need to hide it. We just need to make a slope into it and cast grease.
That is true.
We're
That
making the
is
man
true.
pit.
So all
Another
you
thing
need
is
is
they're-
shape earth.
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure we do, or at least I. That may be one of those that Allie and I have.
Let's see. Wait, no,
Well,
neither one of y'all would have access because
no.
that's a sorcerer or a wizard spell, levitate. So y'all wouldn't be able to use that.
Mm-mm.
All right, so we don't have the fall damage plan. However, I'm really liking this pit.
Right?
So if anybody has the was it? It's either mold earth or no, this is stone around us here. We'd have to have shape stone.
I'm looking. I had to figure out what color I had assigned that.
Marwyn would have access to glyphs of warding thanks to her pact.
And we have a scroll of glyph of warding as well.
When did this
I have
become
a
a
second
strategy
level
session?
phantasmal force.
Wait, well, this
Pyrotechnic,
isn't strategy. This is
shatter.
punishment. Fine. Smiting. I'm multiclassing into paladin
What
right
I
now.
had.
It's time to fucking die.
I mean,
Hey,
I can
go.
fly.
Yeah, Tez is
I'm-
going to become a paladin and immediately become an oathbreaker.
I get the excitement though. I get the excitement. It's
Well,
actually,
one of those things where
it's
you
it's
kinda
actually
want
You know
not
what?
really paladin, more barbarian. I'm immediately swapping my dexterity and strength scores.
well,
You know
especially
what?
since
Allie has mold earth.
and the other thing is when on the next session next week, I don't think anybody. I think everybody's already burnt out all their hit die.
Yep.
technically we need a long rest to restore that.
Yeah. And although I burnt all of Drog's, and Drog's only about 3/4 of the way healed. So yeah, y'all have very little HP, and there's still there's still some
I've-
fighting to come.
I will
Well,
say
and-
this with all the love in my heart. It wasn't me.
Meanwhile, Tez is just setting up the most elaborate Rube Goldberg machine to kill every single Duragar. What do you mean this violates the Geneva Convention? What the fuck's a Geneva? Oh, you mean that checklist I found? Yeah.
Tez is going to go Canada.
Yes.
Yes. Canada and Poland meeting in one being.
Oh man.
And you better hope that it's hockey season.
Well, and I think Marwyn is supposed to have Song of Rest.
Oh, that way. Oh wait, all right. Wait, so we have access to like the full like spell list for our class, like depending on level, right?
Yep. The only thing that
Yeah.
you have to make sure is it's a spell that you can cast, and and it's for that level.
Uh, do, 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 do. Oh yeah. Also, before we continue on this absolutely amazing journey, would you like to know about the players in my campaign?
Yes.
Please do. Please do.
All right. So what do you guys know about the setting?
To be honest, my brain is mush and I don't remember anything.
Oh, fuck, God damn it.
Same.
Why is the D&D Beyond website resisting dark mode?
It does not want you to have access to dark mode.
Dark mode. Why would you need that?
D&D5e.wikidot.com. All right, but yeah. So, hold up. I have it written up here somewhere. No, I do not have the tab up. Never mind then.
Okay,
Alright,
why
so
is that?
basically, long time ago, humanity's minds were and like this is on Earth, by the way. Humanity's minds were connected to the astral plane, and their thoughts and beliefs and superstitions started, shifting the astral plane into, basically taking physical form of their beliefs, thus creating, all the gods and creatures and urban legends and folklore and all the things like that, right?
Mm-hmm.
Over the years, as humanity devoted themselves more to, studying the material world and understanding how that works, and slowly abandoning superstition and such, that like the grand shift of the majority of the world doing that caused a sort of severance from the astral plane, and as such all the supernatural phenomena just was removed from the world, basically, right?
Mm-hmm.
Anywho, in 2050, the world is embroiled in World War III, and then the bombs start falling.
Okay.
Major population centers and capitals are just reduced to irradiated wastelands, with most survivors either living in bunkers or small towns in the middle of nowhere, right?
Mm-hmm.
Then in 2089, in some ruins and just around the world, scientists
Woohoo!
somehow discovered a way
There's-
to tap into an infinite energy source, not knowing that it was in fact the astral plane that they were drawing this energy from. In 2090, 4 months after the start of humanity just extracting energy from the astral plane, the abandoned creatures within finally noticed and began attempting to re-enter the material realm. In April, the first one of these beings, Indrid Cold, came out through an irradiated West Virginian town.
Okay.
And the thing is, the most irradiated places are the easiest to come through, because basically the radiation serves as a way to thin the veil between the astral and physical plane.
Did you just make Fallout 76 with magic?
All right, it sounds like it. However, the cryptids, while being a part of it, there are also cyberpunk cities. All right, there are cyberpunk
Still.
cities.
I'm not gonna say anything.
Oh yeah, there's also fucking aliens, right? But it's not the fucking Zaytans, don't you dare. No. It's not the Zaytans. They aren't invading en masse. No, basically, during the 60s, these aliens called the Sednians,
Oh boy.
from the planet Sedna, from the Nemesis star system, which is an actual hypothetical thing. Like it's a hypothetical star system that revolves around a dark star. I'm not. This is like an actual thing that exists.
No doubt. Guys, I'm fading fast. I'm gonna go ahead and jump out.
You go get some rest. Feel better.
Yeah, get some rest, man.
Bye, guys.
Oh man. So, well, now that we got Allie in here, how do you feel about the last session?
I thought the last session was fun. Let's see. We got rid of. The dwarves were in and of itself. They were brutal.
Yeah.
They were just brutal. I'm barely alive at this point. So hopefully a short rest will go a long way. Because,
Yeah, because we're all out of hit
down
die.
to 12 and Brooklyn's down to 1 in HP points right now.
Did you roll your hit die to regain those?
Did I roll my hit die? No, I don't know if I need to do
regain
that,
your HP.
How much HP? Let's see. I think we decided to take a short rest though, right? Not a long one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you roll any of your hit die from the ooze fight after that one?
I thought I did. Let's see. I'm pretty sure I had reset. We'd reset a good chunk of the HP because that was a long rest.
Because y'all have not long rested yet. Y'all have taken 2 short rests.
Short. Okay. The short rest. Okay. That's something you do on D&D. Yeah, let me do that on D&D Beyond.
Yeah.
Because I usually just hit the short rest or the long rest, depending on whichever one we do.
Because I think everybody's going to come out of this still on the low side of their of the HP.
Yeah.
I'm literally at 1. Tez is just going to be like shoving the gum into her mouth.
Well, at this point, we take the short rest and we'll gain some of those back, but
yeah, if you have any,
we don't.
That was part of the reason I went through and did that inventory, because we've got a bunch of health potions.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry if my kid's getting on his train. We've got health potions and things that we can use to help with that.
Sure. Which will be good. I used up my health potion that I did have already.
Oh, we have more than you
we
realize.
have more than that. Yeah, the group we do. I was saying in my own inventory, I used up mine.
We have the 50-50 potions that we've not touched.
Yeah.
Then we have 3 that do 1d8 plus con, 3 that do 1d4 plus con.
Okay.
2 more that does 1d8 to whoever drinks it, 4 that does a d6 to whomever the ointment is applied to, 2 more that does 1d8 plus con.
Yeah, and I have a couple spells that I can use for healing too.
Yeah.
So we have options.
Yeah.
And
with,
Jerry, what's odd is I started looking for Song of Rest because it's not in my spell book. I'm like, why is that not in my spell book? And it's like it's in D&D Beyond as a spell, but it's not a spell.
no, it's a cantrip.
Yeah, it's not
Is
even
it one you have though? Maybe it's not one that your character has.
No, it's because the D&D Beyond spell list is just that. It's spells. So you have to you have to look for the cantrips.
Well, it's
Oh,
not
okay.
even listed in the cantrips.
Hang on, let me.
But if I do like a search for it, it pops up, but not in any of the lists.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, that's the same with mine because I use D&D spells 5e,
Mm-hmm.
which have all the spells from all the books, but it doesn't show me the cantrips, and I also have to go through and find the cantrips.
Yeah.
Oh.
But
Use Roll20, and you can
Roll20.
and it pulls up. What is it? Roll20.net, and
I got
you
it.
can find
Yeah.
I've
So how's everyone's day doing?
I am
found
working
something
on
absolutely amazing.
a spell book for you
Oh, thanks. That's cool.
Yeah,
because
Oh, that's because it's one of your feats. It's not a cantrip. It's one of your feats. Beginning at level 2, you can use soothing music or
It was a feat.
oration to help revitalize your wounded allies during a short rest.
that explains why I knew I could do it, but couldn't find any of the information.
Yeah, that's one. That's one of the feats.
fuck, my brain's refusing to brain. So, Mind Sliver is a cantrip we have.
Yes, it is.
Yep.
And it's one that like because T was an arcane trickster, she had access to warlock spells.
Mm-hmm.
And she used Mind Sliver quite a bit.
Yeah. Of course.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, just fucking supercharge Mind Sliver, and that's minus 2d4 from the next saving throw.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. We also have. The hell's Magic Stone?
Oh, that's a nice one. It's basically unlimited ammunition.
Ooh.
Tiny
Gotcha.
unlimited bombs.
I think you just made Ted's day.
No, and
Cause fear. That's a good one. That's a good one.
Yeah, Allie, we were commenting that Gary allows us to have any spell that we would have access to, any spell that our class and level would have access to. You're not limited to the however many that like D&D Beyond makes you choose. You can have all of them.
That's fine.
Until you run out of spell slots.
yeah, the only requirements I have you hold to is it has to be a spell that you can cast. So for you, it would have to be a druid spell,
Right.
and it has to be the appropriate level. So,
Right.
Other than that, I don't make you have to learn so many spells for each rest period.
Sure.
And having you switch out spells and all that crap, because that gets tedious and boring, and so.
What was I gonna tell you?
Like,
So yeah, I'm
Ooh,
basically
Crown of
only using D&D
Madness.
Beyond to help keep track of my spell slots and like the short rest and things.
Hey,
What?
we have access to Crown of Madness,
Yes, we do.
and combine that with Mind Sliver.
Mm-hmm.
whenever it needs to make a save.
Yep.
Hold on.
And Allie, the only
Yes.
when it comes to your spells, the only thing I would restrict you from casting is, if it takes, if it has a time. Like some of the spells, it takes you 8 hours to cast.
Oh, gotcha.
So yeah, I wouldn't allow you to use that one during combat because you ain't got 8 hours.
I get that. Like
Warp sense.
that.
Oh, that's just sensing the presence of portals.
I was gonna let's see. Okay, I'm up. Okay, I must have done a short rest because I'm at 733 hit point. It moved me up to 7. Let's see. And I was gonna look up the spells that you sent me, Babs.
I'm not finished adding to that.
Okay.
Oh, I have access to spare the dying. Oh, that's nice.
Yes. The warlock spells, some of them are ridiculously overpowered.
There they are.
Yeah. I'm looking at the artificer spells right now. Acid splash.
Yeah, that's kind of what happens when you have a magical sugar daddy.
Yeah, I mean, some of the
I feel like the one with the magical sugar daddy is the cleric, since warlocks have to enter like a contract.
Yeah, true.
Those are ones I don't
Absorb elements, alarm, arcane weapon, cure wounds,
Mhm.
detect magic, disguise self, expeditious retreat, fairy fire, false life, featherfall, grease, identified, jump. I don't think I should use jump, since
have. Yeah, I
how
just
the
gotta
hell
make.
do the jump rules work? Long strider, purify food, sanctuary. What's sanctuary?
The
Ward a creature
whoever
from within range from attack. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ward a creature with. Okay. Can they use these?
Snare. Tasha's caustic brew.
Mm-hmm.
I just.
All right, I have. What's a?
Oh, and because this is a homebrewed campaign, let me remind you, you also have access to spells and Spelljammer.
We do.
Hold on. Do we would we have access to let's say Unearthed Arcana Modern Magic? I know damn well that's a no. However, it would be funny to just summon a semi truck on top of someone.
Truck. What's a truck? That's
No, because one of the spells in Modern Magic, also fun fact, Modern Magic was made before artificers were added to 5e. So one could reason that an artificer would have access to the Modern Magic spells. And of course, it is completely your choice. But find vehicle, 2nd level conjuration. You summon a spirit that assumes the form of a non-military land vehicle of your choice, appearing in an unoccupied space within range. The range is 30 feet, by the way, and it lasts for 8 hours.
Oh my. Oh dear.
I cast semi-truck. Just drop it on. I cast oil tanker.
I did when I put together my spell list. I did pull some of the ones that are like the
Oh my goodness.
I forget what the source was. Hold on. From that's the right window. I got too many windows open.
What?
But yeah, I'm using the Spelljammer Illithid, not the 3.5e. Illithid.
So you use Spelljammer 5e homebrew? Let's see. And we want the
Oh, you want to know a spell from Modern Magic that I think is pretty cool and should be just in normal D&D, because the way that would work would be pretty interesting.
What was that?
So it's a 4th level called Synchronicity, right? And basically, the creature you cast this on feels reality suddenly shift to its favor while this spell is in effect. Target isn't inconvenienced by mundane delays of any sort. Traffic lights are always green. There's always a waiting elevator, and a taxi is always around the corner. Target can run at full speed against crowds, and attacks of opportunity provoked by the target's movement are made with disadvantage. It also grants stealth check, advantage to stealth checks, since the target always finds a handy piece of cover available. Additionally, the target has advantage made to drive a vehicle. In the event that 2 or more creatures under the effect of synchronicity are attempting to avoid being inconvenienced by each other, the creatures must engage in a contest of charisma each time the effects of the spells would oppose each other.
The source, some of the ones that I pulled were the Unearthed Arcana, Modern Magic spells.
Yeah, that is what I'm talking about. Yeah, Modern Magic.
I did put a few of those in my spell list. Not all of them, because some of them didn't seem to make sense. But any of the ones that felt like that they would make sense.
Yeah.
So the techno magic spells, I do have a few of the. I did put a few of those in my spell book.
I found the homebrew D&D wiki for Spelljam for druids.
Yeah,
useful.
But anything, that's also why I allow gunslingers, because that comes from Pathfinder.
Gotcha. Protection from ballistics is literally just you gain resistance to bullets.
But basically, if it comes from, of course, the player's handbook, because duh, elemental magic, Spelljammers, the Sword Coast Advanced Guide, Xanathar's Guide to Everything.
Yeah.
I'm trying to remember. There's another one.
Volo's Guide to Monsters?
I can't remember if there's any magic spells in that. I think that's just the monsters, because that's one of the things I've been using to for all your monsters and stuff. Some of the stuff y'all been dealing with. Because I got about 4 or 5 different monster manuals.
I sent you the page in Discord.
Tasha's Cauldron of Everything.
Yeah, if it comes from there, you are allowed. Allowed.
Does Van Richten's have any spells?
I don't think so.
Hold on, I gotta check. Oh yeah, also some of the fucking monsters in this are great, dude. Hold on, let's see. Dark Gifts. Oh yeah, that's right. Nicholas's Decay Touch was from Van Richten's. Let's see. Subclass, Domains of Ravenloft, Horror Adventures, and Monster of Ravenloft. Yeah, no, there's no spells added, but there are the Dark Gifts and Dark Bargains. Hold on.
Oh, and another thing, because none of y'all have ran into it yet. With this campaign, especially now that y'all have gotten into it, your armor will also come into effect, because especially with 2 warlocks, and even a druid, certain armor kinds will disrupt your ability to cast.
Right.
Warlocks, you can't have anything, I believe, over medium armor. And I think with druids, I think Allie, you can't have anything above light armor as anything above light armor begins to affect your ability to cast spells. Kind of why that's kind of why Drog is pretty much naked, except for the kilt that he wears,
Got it.
because he does more damage, unarmored.
I know, I'm sure.
Right.
I am printing out the lovely. Thanks, Babs.
It's not finished yet.
Okay. My goodness. Oh, guess what?
I'll have it finished before next session.
You might hear my printer at the moment.
That's okay. I need to eat. I realize I haven't eaten since 2 a.m.
And Allie, with you, because you're still getting your footing, especially being a magic user.
Right.
Eventually, once I see that once I see that you're really getting your footing, using the magic.
Yeah.
You also have, because of the fact that you are cursed, because the Wendigo,
Right.
you have a cursed variant of all your magic. So not only can you turn into a cursed creature, which would be any creature that you've already seen that you can wild shape into. You have a cursed variant. Yeah, you will have less hit points, but the cursed variants, because they're undead, they do more damage because you get to throw necrotic on top of whatever your normal damage is.
Yeah.
And the same thing will happen if you decide to use, if you decide that you want a spell to be cursed, it'll still do the normal spell damage, but it's going to do necrotic on top of it.
With it. Necromancy damage. Somebody's skin black.
Terry, I just found something in here for the dark gifts, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's symbiotic being. Yeah, like because just basically just get a fucking other being just inside of you. Like a few examples of what it could be are just provided, like tiny humanoid facial features protruding from your torso, palm, or back of your hand. Sorry, not hand, head. An alien appendage inside an unhealing wound.
Professor
A
Quirrell.
burrowing worm-like being. An intrusive thought that inhabits your mind. A living tattoo. And crystal growth that replace a portion of your body.
And you thought the mimic armor was bad.
Yes.
Right?
Let's see. Then you have... Alright, so the things that the symbiotic being can do. So it has entwined existence. Your symbiote is a separate entity with its own physical form bound to yours. Isn't a separate creature and relies on you to survive. It has intelligence, wisdom, and charisma scores. DM sets them. Symbiote can see and hear using your senses. Symbiote speaks, reads, and understands 2 languages, one that you speak as well as one appropriate to its nature. It has a couple skills that you just gain proficiency in if you don't already have it, representing the symbiote's counsel and guidance. Also, if you die, the symbiote also dies. And if you're brought back to life, so is the symbiote. Also, when you fail a saving throw, you can choose to have the symbiote expend one of your hit dice to roll it and add the number to the save throw. And if it uses this feature on a death save, you just succeed and regain 1 HP regardless of the number rolled. Once you succeed on a saving throw due to this, you can't use it until you finish a long rest. And it also has an agenda.
Okay.
Gonna
Yeah.
choices.
Have an opportunity to advance its agenda and don't act on it. The symbiote can try to force you to do it. You must succeed a charisma save being 12 plus the symbiote's charisma, or be charmed by the symbiote for 1d12 hours. Yeah. So yeah, that's the symbiote. That's an interesting thing. Of
Yeah,
course,
this
there's
time-
also the death touch. We remember the death touch.
This time around, I'm not. I'm not allowing that one because y'all have kind of already figured out how to OP your stuff with just what you have. So.
Well, it's not that we OP it.
What, you
it's just
don't
that we
want
don't
Tez to
necessarily
just
use it as intended.
No. Just nope.
You don't want
Nope.
Tez to just suddenly be able to pull a Nicholas and obliterate someone.
No.
And Tez has higher strength than Nick. Nick had an 8 in strength. Tez has a 10, which means that she doesn't have the minor drawback of her damage.
Oh, and speaking of magic and stuff like that, with the next level up, because you now have access to magic, on your next level up, instead of taking a feat or an increase in 1 or 2 of your scores, you can take a spell of any level. You can take one spell of any level from another class. So, like, you can take, Marwin could take a level 2 cleric spell, or a wizard spell, or a sorcerer spell, or a paladin spell.
Okay. I'm looking through the lovely spells that I do have.
Let's see. So hold up. You said of any level and
No, of the appropriate level. But
you said any level. I think you just misspoke there. Yeah.
Yeah, of the appropriate level.
It's got, yeah.
But that'll be a while for Marwin.
You gotta go up a few levels to make that.
No, Marwin can't. Marwin doesn't level up yet.
No. When do we?
Yeah.
Because
we're not
reasons.
leveled up. We're not leveling up yet, are we? I didn't think
No,
so.
not yet.
Didn't think
The plan is for y'all to level up once y'all escape the cave or clear it, whichever one comes first.
I gotta get first.
Which at this point, escape is pretty much out of the question because you've blown up the entrance or the only path out that you know of.
Oops. Hopefully, there's another path that we can
That's
find.
what the Myconids are for.
I have to re-blow it up and create a new.
Lightning arrow might be a pretty good spell for Tez to take.
Divine smite.
Basically, just divine smite out of gun.
Right. My goodness.
I cast gun.
I can't.
Well, and there are other factors to be considered.
I cast 45.
45 what?
But yeah, Marwin levels up at a slower pace because of her pact, and the fine print of her contract.
Got it.
Because she doesn't draw magic from the same source that the rest of you draw magic from.
Sure. I cast brims.
Mhm.
Okay.
Oh, hold on. So next time you make a ranged weapon attack, weapons, ammo, or the weapon itself turns into a bolt of lightning. Target takes 48 lightning damage on a hit, or half as much on a miss. instead of the weapon's normal damage. Whether you hit or miss, each creature within 10 feet of the target must make a dex save, or each of these creatures takes 2d8 lightning damage on a failed save, or half
Oh.
as much on a successful one. Tez is ready to set up the chain. Lightning
Tez
bolt,
is slowly
lightning
becoming.
bolt.
Tez is slowly becoming Palpatine.
Well, actually, there's the reason why I named her Tez, and she's a part of House Nikolos.
Mm-hmm.
You can probably guess.
Nikolai Tesla.
Nikolai
Yes.
Tesla. Oh, I see. That makes
Yes.
sense.
Dang it, that one didn't crack good. Coffee cans don't crack as good as soda cans.
Oh, yeah.
So speaking
Summon
of
lesser demons.
spells-
Summon shadow spawn.
Yes.
What is a shadow spawn? That is my question.
So yeah, Marwyn can summon things, and there are 4 choices, but she can only do it twice for now. She can summon Fae, lesser demons, shadow spawn, undead, or warrior spirit. But the shadow spawn is it's a shadowy spirit that manifests in an unoccupied space that you can see within range. When you cast the spell, you choose an emotion: fury, despair, or fear. The creature resembles a misshapen biped marked by the chosen emotion, which determines certain traits in its stat block.
Gotcha.
So Terry, speaking of spells, I'm looking at some information on Pathfinder because I know nothing about it. What is the Pathfinder version of a warlock? Because it's not.
Yeah, they don't. I don't really think they have.
I don't know if they have like a swashbuckler. Chris would know, but
They've got sorcerers and wizards, but
yeah, they do. Swashbuckler's one. I'm trying to spell spider.
Let's see.
anti-paladin.
Yeah, that's I've played one round of Pathfinder a long time ago.
Oh, I just realized I never mentioned the players in my campaign. I never got to mention them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see. I don't really think. Oh, so, you have the basics. Bard, barbarian, cleric, druid, fighter, monk, paladin, ranger, rogue, sorcerer, wizard, alchemist, cavalier, inquisitor, oracle, summoner, witch, magus, and gunslinger. I think magus would be. Oh, and then of course, and ninja. I forgot ninja. I think magus might be.
Magus Arcana.
Yeah, I think that would be the closest to a warlock, if I'm remembering right. I'm having to remember off the top of my head. Let's see.
Oh, Have a Nice Death is on the Xbox store. That's nice.
Spend their lives poring over ancient tomes and texts, unlocking the power of magic. There are those who spend their time perfecting the use of individual weapons, becoming masters without equal. Both.
That sounds like a wizard more than a warlock.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't really think there is a similarity.
You look at
Oh,
Let's see.
Well, they've got Arcane Trickster.
oh my gosh. Right? Which is what T edit.
Which was what allowed T access to warlock spells.
I think. See, would summoner? I think a summoner would actually be the closest, because they bond with a an outsider that they
Right.
use to basically have a link with to enhance their powers.
Makes sense.
It's not exactly the same because, like, it's a bond that you have with them
Mm-hmm.
that gives you a power. You don't get your power from them, but
Right.
you share the same. Basically, you share your soul.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, and a lot of the spells appear to be very similar.
Yeah, a lot of them are. I think there are. I can't remember if there's any real. Let me see. Pull up the spell list.
Days is new.
Yeah, there's a few of them. Like you have adjustable disguise, adjustable polymorph, where you have more control over how it looks.
Mm-hmm.
Ectoplasmic eruption.
I'll have to look at that when I'm. I'll have to
Dead
look at
man's
that one later.
Dead man's contingency. It's a level 4 bard spell. Let's see. Only comes in effect after your death and works only with certain spells. Companion spell triggers 1d6 rounds after your death. All decisions made involving companion spell must.
Oh Lord.
Basically, you can turn your body into a bomb.
I mean,
Hey, it never works.
Sure.
If I'm going down, you're taking everybody here with me.
That's a little horrifying. Like,
And yeah, there's a few spells that can that could get a little chaotic.
but I mean, look at who you're talking to.
Yeah, this is true.
right?
Uh,
She's got a point.
I mean, how did we defeat Tiamat?
you shoved a bunch of explosives down her throat.
How did we get close enough to do that?
Terry, what?
Tasha's hideous laughter.
Yeah.
Tasha, it is.
Y'all find unconventional ways to use.
It worked. It shouldn't have worked, but it worked.
Well, that and that being y'all's first campaign, and I wanting y'all to really have fun. Like that amount of damage still shouldn't have brought down Tiamat, but I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna let them have it because
Out for us.
I'm like, they deserve that. They came up with that creativity. I'm like, yep.
Well, I mean, that's half the fun is finding different ways to do things.
Yes, it is. That's true. Versus this, I'm gonna fight you. It's gonna be like, all right, we can talk to you. We can scrounge behind you. We can make you laugh and go around you. We can freeze
Well,
you.
and if you look at the at the fights that we've had,
Mhm.
they've by and large not been. I mean, they've not been ones that we could have avoided.
Right.
Either because the opponent was non-sentient, or because the opponent was so clearly a bad guy that they needed to be dealt with. Where last campaign we avoided fights by going sideways.
Now, and this time y'all have been able to, even with the labyrinth, you were able to navigate your way around a couple of fights
Mm-hmm.
and think your way around the Guardian of Faith that was guarding the well. Well, she only wound up having to destroy one. There was two of them there.
That wasn't so bad.
Yeah.
I'm guessing it'll get more difficult as we get further along, and you'll allow us to do not necessarily as much as we want to do all the time. I foresee that in the future, Terry. As he's over there giggling at us.
Like I said earlier before you joined, last week's encounter was not supposed to happen, but Marwin decided to pull a Leroy Jenkins, and I had to make it happen.
Nice one. Yep.
You put an entire group of people.
Yep. You did.
Put her in front of a group of people who were enslaved. What did you think she was going to do?
Gonna try and sit. Yeah, she's gonna be like, well, you're gonna all go free, or you're gonna get paid for the work you're doing. We will make sure of that.
I mean, seriously, what did you think she was going to do?
I mean, that's why I hung that piece of meat out in front of y'all. And I'm like, you could either go down the clear path that y'all have easy access to, you haven't been spotted.
Nah.
Or you can.
You should know that we'll probably try to come up with the most unconventional way to get things done. Just to anticipate our decisions.
And like I told Babs, I'm not going to let y'all die yet.
Yet. Yet, keyword.
Although pretty much although because of Marwin's rash decision, she technically did get Drog killed, but thankfully he had a scroll of revivification on him, so
we figured out how to do some CPR. Magically.
Well, that was one. I'm like, the tank is dead. I'm like, because that third roll, I rolled a 1 on his final roll, so he was dead.
Yeah, well,
Well, I think Chris might have just gone, huh?
So yeah, thankfully he did have a scroll of revivification, which was supposed to be for one of you guys if you went, if y'all failed your death saves, so I could bring y'all back, but I had to use it on himself.
Right. I had to use my potions and healing powers on myself too yesterday. Or on last Friday.
But yeah, that was a taste of things to come, and it also doesn't help that you all weren't at full strength because you did take short rest,
right?
Which means
we're gonna have the same problem.
Now you got to figure out, where the myconids are, what you're going to do with them, how you're going to get out.
Yeah.
There's still other Dwagar, deeper in the cave.
Right. Hey, you.
Or Dwager. Yeah.
Durger.
Dwager. Duergar.
I think that's Durgar.
Duragar, yeah.
But yeah, putting a innocent in danger in front of Marwyn is like a red flag in front of a bull.
Right.
I was hoping somebody would have sat there and said, would have talked you, talk you into, let's go down this path. We can come back.
Nah. You expect us to?
You think we had the time to talk her down?
Right.
No, because
he takes the lead and is like, "No, this is what we're all doing."
she literally went full Leroy Jenkins. So.
Yeah. If you want to do, if you want to, modern day Harriet Tubman there.
Mm-hmm. She doesn't allow anything she perceives as being an injustice. That is why she was chosen.
Oh man.
So,
I mean, that is indeed why she was chosen by her patron.
This is true.
there you go. Just using her skill.
Mm-hmm.
Well, he chose her because she was a good diplomat, but
There was no diplomating her way through that one.
Yeah, she just pulled a lethal weapon. Your diplomatic immunity's been revoked.
Right now, all I can think of, for some reason, is the priest scene from Machete.
Haven't seen it.
Oh, wait, hold up! I could just post that in the chat.
Discord,
Let's go. Yeah.
And guys, for those of you who are following along in the chat, the histories for our sessions are up to date, excluding last week.
Oh wait, I could send in the priest scene from Machete, but it's Faith rotoscoped. Terry, which one should I send in?
I don't care.
I'm going with the rotoscope.
The rotoscope. It's fun.
Right. Here we go.
But I told Terry that Marwyn is going to, during the short rest, she is going to have a little conversation with her patron. Just in case.
This last week was definitely just a taste of things to come. So.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
So we got to strengthen up a little bit. Need to figure out. Yeah, the only way I know how to get more hit points at this point is to wild shape. I have a question, Terry, about wild shape. If I wild shape into other creatures, are there are there sheets for those? What they can't do? Same way that Wendigo.
Now you would all you would have to do is just pull up their stats.
Yeah, that's what I was wondering, if there's stat sheets for those creatures. They can.
Yeah. Let
Okay.
me see. Where did I?
Where do you pull up the ones like from like the Wendigo and stuff, or where would I find the stat sheets? I guess.
Well, the Wendigo is I just that one was a homebrew that I built for you and sent over. Let me see if I can pull it up. See if I can find an easy.
Marwyn
my
also has a spell that none of the rest of you do. She has the ability to send a message and receive a message from any of you that no one else can hear. And the name of this, it's a cantrip called Message.
Oh yeah, I think Artificer has that.
Possibly.
Yeah, I have that.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that can be important later. The ability to communicate within 120 feet without making a whole lot of noise.
Is this the? Yeah, here we go.
What is so funny, Allie?
I was just looking up other creatures and stats.
Oh, you guys want to know something kind of sad?
What?
What?
So I added bottle caps to my Walmart order, right?
Mm-hmm.
Got substituted for lemon heads.
Oh.
Yeah, I just sent you a link that'll
yeah,
that,
I'm looking at it now.
Yeah, that gives you a long list of.
But I got to see them first.
Yeah.
That is the trick.
Yeah, and all you have to do is you can just go into the search and just type in.
Okay. Anything I've seen, I should be able to turn into.
Oh, Terry.
Yeah.
So after this, can we talk about the last message to you?
Let's see. Which one?
That's great.
Which one?
The most recent, April 16th.
Oh.
Yeah, we haven't seen the goose in a while.
Yeah.
No, not right now.
Let's just say I sent the goose stats.
Right. I do have a name lined up already.
Cool.
Yeah, I'm just going to send it to you real quick.
What have we seen? Now I gotta go back.
I'm being called. I'll be right back.
So Marwyn still doesn't have a brain. This is what 3 hours sleep does. Not companion.
A pet?
That's as good a word as any.
I can turn into a druid. Shock.
You know what I mean.
Yeah. You don't have an animal companion yet.
Yes.
Yeah, you need. I was thinking the same thing. I'm like, I need an animal companion. I don't have one yet either, but I definitely need one.
I thought you had a wolf.
Well, technically, I guess since childhood, I should, in theory, have a wolf. Yes.
We need to use our
Need to attempt to use it. Yes, I did make myself a wolf. That is true.
Yeah, Marwyn didn't get an animal companion. Originally it was because she had her.
I keep forgetting I have my wolf.
She had Lisbeth and
You had your bodyguards.
yes, I had my bodyguards. But we keep leaving them behind. So at this point, she's just sent them home.
Trying to think, what creatures have we seen?
All of the usual forest creatures.
Yeah, all the normal forest creatures.
Owlbear.
Yep, you've seen an
You've seen
owlbear.
owlbear.
Yeah, we've seen an owlbear. That's true. Mark that one off.
You've also seen werewolves,
Mm-hmm.
or
Yeah.
were creatures, mainly werewolves. I don't know. I don't think y'all have ran into any. Yeah, y'all haven't ran into anything else other than the owlbear, amalgus, and werewolves. Y'all haven't ran into any other were creatures yet.
And the goose.
Yeah, the goose.
So I was just like, okay. That's a
Let's see.
whole lot we've seen yet, but
I don't think y'all have ran into
Direwolf.
any.
what?
Yeah, direwolf. Yeah, y'all have ran into direwolves.
Yeah.
Because that was one of the things. That was what the werewolf hunters were using as their companions.
I Yeah.
And
I
while it attacked y'all outside of Bayushka's, that you devoured one of them.
So you definitely know what it looks like.
And tastes like.
Oh, what, the Trask or what?
No, the direwolf.
Oh, the direwolf. Yeah.
That was one of the things that when you first got infected, that you couldn't stop yourself from eating.
Yeah. Right.
And technically, you've seen a dragon. You just can't do that one yet.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Makes sense.
Oh, you've seen all kinds of creatures in the wilds.
Sure.
Yeah.
And we've seen spiders.
Yep, you've seen spiders. You've seen the ratkin.
And the turtles.
The turtles, you said?
Yes.
The turtles. The
Master
people.
Oolong and the other one.
And the teenagers.
The teenagers.
And all of the different beast folk on the island.
Right. I was just kind of going down the list that Tara sent, marking off the ones that I know we've seen.
Oh yeah,
Oxen,
you've been to the
horses.
wild, so you would have also came in contact with what are they called? I think they're called pixie dragons. The really tiny ones.
Baby dragons. Aw. Pixie.
No, fairy dragon. There it is.
They call it fairy dragon.
Yeah. You've definitely
Fairy-
seen them because they're found in the wilds that y'all were at.
Yep, I found it.
And all of the usual cattle, horses.
Right.
I mean, there's a reason horses were chosen for battle animals.
Horse.
They can be quite dangerous.
Yeah, I know. Not I know. I've They're sweet, amazing beasts, but they can also kick like nobody's business.
Yep.
And they can run.
And bite.
And bite. That's true. Yep. I was going to say, our neighbors had horses when I was growing up. Seen a few.
So yeah, I mean, think of all the normal animals you would that you would have encountered.
Right. Yeah, I like reading through the lists.
Like raccoons and bats.
Yeah. Bats on here.
Birds of various kinds.
Lions, eagle, maybe.
Let's see. I'm trying to remember if y'all. I can't remember if y'all ran into any striders or not yet.
Lion, a lizard.
I don't think we have.
I don't think so either. It doesn't sound familiar.
Mm-mm. We did in the last campaign, but not in this one.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm just
Do you see how thick this is?
Yes. Yes, I do. I'm very impressed with your ability to create that and get all that together.
This is season 1.
My goodness.
Oh man.
You're just like treating it like it's a college course. All the learning.
No, I like to have things where
Organized.
I can put my hands on them quickly.
Yeah, I know. Well, it still reminds me like you're doing a portfolio for a college class, a D&D college class.
Yes, but if you ask me what happened in a certain session, it took me seconds to find it.
I was gonna say.
Between
Yo,
that and my spellbook.
And the funny thing is, like,
All right, I'm back.
Cool.
this season, just the beginning of this season, it's already turning into freaking a Dragon Ball Z kind of episode because I'm still running off the original notes. I haven't made new notes yet.
But whose hair's turning blue?
Takes you 8 episodes to finally charge up and finish them.
Right? Dang it, Goku. Ah.
I mean, we've only accomplished part of what we needed to do.
Yeah, and you're only through the first paragraph of my notes.
The first thought that comes to my head is, oh, Vegeta! Except I can't do it in Chris's Nappa voice.
That is why I organize things, so that we don't end up in a situation we did like last week where we forget all of our gear and nearly get killed.
Yeah, that's fair enough.
Oh man. I'm just afraid the next fight is like, it's supposed to only take 5 minutes. It winds up going over 8 episodes.
Oh shoot.
Well, I mean, Stranger Things.
Wow. There's some interesting animals on this list.
And technically, Marwyn could go like Super Saiyan God because if she really taps into the Morgan side of herself, her hair goes red.
Mm-hmm. and she has not done that. She has not done that. We've seen flickers, but that's been it.
All right. Oh yeah, guys.
Yeah, Marwyn is definitely going to cast Song of Rest at the beginning of the next session and dole out some of our various healing potions so that we can buff a little bit more. Because I think it would be a mistake to go into battle without doing that.
Yes, it would.
Yep, you're absolutely right, Tally.
Yep. Oh my God.
And I swear, the first time Mindless can't show up for a campaign, I'm going to have him kidnapped by some weird little god that takes him away to learn how to strengthen his or his ki and learn Kaioken.
That's okay. If Marwyn dies, you're gonna get Jasper.
Marwyn dies, you're gonna get Jasper.
You killed my sister. Prepare to die.
I'm not sure
name
what's
is
coming if Tez dies.
My name is
Yeah,
Jasper
actually-
Rosenthorn. You killed my sister. Prepare to die.
Exactly.
I love it.
I'm not sure what comes after Tez.
You're not sure what comes after Tez?
Maybe I might just make Eustace bag. I might just make Eustace.
Cars
Not-
that drives themselves is what comes after Tez.
Now, if Tez dies without fulfilling her contract, she's just going to get sent right back, but probably as some sort of hell spawn.
Yeah.
Probably, yeah.
Because you're working for an archfiend. They don't like it when their stuff's not done. Like, no, you're not done. Get your ass back up there.
And you're just like, oh
You, don't
man.
get out, you think you get out of the contract that easy?
Right.
Meanwhile, the gambler's just like, really? Really?
You know I can't send you back, right? Now you stuck here. Now I gotta go find somebody else. That ain't how I do shit.
Idea for a character, but I think I might use that for next campaign.
Oh, I already have my character for my next campaign.
Of course you do. I need to make a character.
It's a combination of Doc Brown from Back to the Future and the absent-minded professor.
Okay. Oh yeah, I think you've mentioned about that before. Yeah.
Just have her going around going, "Great Scots!"
Too funny.
I'm excited about our surprise.
What surprise?
I can't tell you. It's a surprise.
Ah.
Besides, you already know.
No. Surprising.
We have a surprise coming in a few weeks.
I think I'm not going to stick with the whole making my next character evil.
Yeah. It does sort of pigeonhole you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like
I think right now Tez is like one of the neutrals.
She's definitely chaotic neutral. Sounds like fun. I'm in.
I want to know. I want to see how far I can push Marwyn before she becomes Majin Vegeta.
No. Yeah, back now we do.
Why are you doing this?
So much
Because I'm
silica in her
fucking
hair.
evil.
I just realized that. Hey, Bab. We have the 10th and the 24th.
Yes.
I'm okay. The 24th is going to be a problem.
Oh.
17th or 30th. I'm gonna be, yeah. I'm going out to see my family in Wyoming on the 24th, so I will be on an airplane.
Yeah, it's a little hard to play from an airplane.
I don't know. Because I think
I am working a very one-off second shift the next day on the 25th.
are you?
Because that's what I needed to do to not have to roll into work at 6 a.m. that morning.
Gotcha.
What we may do is when it gets closer, we might do a back-to-back
Okay.
D&D session, and then the weeks that that
Just
way
check-
we're
that.
clear for y'all needing that next weekend off,
Yeah.
next Friday off for reasons. So that's no biggie to work around.
Sure. Like I could do the 31st from my parents' house. 24th would be because I'll still be there. We don't fly back till the 1st, but
Yeah.
we do.
Well, and our surprise arrives right about that time.
Yeah. I just wanted to try and figure that out, like now. I'm thinking about it.
Yeah, we'll just do like closer to the end of this month. We'll just do a back-to-back. That way, it leaves that next Friday clear for both of y'all.
Like the 10th and 17th or something.
Oh, I've already changed my schedule around, so I'm clear.
Oh, okay.
They get 1 second shift a year. I don't literally. I haven't worked a second shift since I went full time. That was 2 years ago.
That's what's up.
Yeah, we'll do. Let's see. Yeah, we can do the 10th and 17th. That way, it leaves the 24th clear.
Open. That's what I was thinking. Then I can jump in on the 31st.
Okay.
Not a problem. But the 24th is my issue.
Yeah. And then the 24th we'll just do a another BTS stream.
Yeah.
Right.
Let me go ahead and change that. We're going to move the 24th to the week before.
Yeah.
We'll do the 10th and the 17th. And then the 24th we'll do the next BTS.
Yeah, that works. Sorry about that. I just realized I'm like, I will not be here. I haven't been home in 3 years.
I think you should go home.
Well, I am. I'm going to go see my parents. I'm going to go see my grandparents, my aunts and uncles, cousins. That's familia from my side.
Yeah, that's the thing.
I don't get to see them too often, so.
That's the thing I like about the fact, that I'm, since I'm hosting it now, it does kind of make it easier for us to adjust the schedule if we need to.
Right. That is very true. That definitely does.
Okay, so I've updated the 24th
to the 17th.
To the 17th.
Okay.
The next.
And then we should have the 31st too.
Yeah. The next regularly scheduled one is the 7th.
Yeah.
Of June.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So we can add in the 31st if we decide to later in the month.
Okay. Yeah. Right. And if we, okay, gotcha. And if not, we can just skip it, right? Go right over to the 7th.
Yep.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, we can.
That works.
Yeah, I'll let y'all decide that, because we'll have the 10th and 17th doing back to back. 24th will be a BTS, and we can do the 31st another BTS, or we can
talk, or we can do whatever's working out.
Yeah.
Right? Okay. I just wanted to touch base about
that. That's why you guys have the link to the calendar. Because if something like that pops up, go in and look at those dates and go, no, I'm not available on this date. Because if you send that to me, like I know Chris is a permanent maybe.
Right.
But if you send that to me, I can, I can say, hey, we might need to reschedule this one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got
I guess since we're all talking right now, it's a good time to bring it up.
I got flipped to days that week. So I was very confused as to why I was scheduled on a Friday. And I hadn't even looked at the time. He goes, "Did
You're
you
good.
look at the
I know.
shift?" No.
Going from nights
You're
to
scheduled
days,
for first shift that week.
going from nights to days, that's kind of brutal.
Well, it's third shift to first shift, which is not that big of a deal. I've got that
Yeah.
Monday off. Like I've got third shift on Sunday. I'm off on Monday and then back onto first shift on Tuesday. So that's
Yep.
not that big of a deal. But they get that, like I said, that Saturday I'm scheduled for second shift just so that I don't have to get up Saturday morning.
Fair. Good job.
You're welcome. Because I don't do seconds. The conversation was this once and only this once.
I will do
And I
first. I will
won't
do
be the
third.
same
We are not
person.
playing with second. That's my time.
That's 2 p.m. to 10 p.m. That's like when my body wants to be asleep.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Don't blame me, especially after pulling all-nighters. Yeah.
Oh, even when I'm working mornings, that's when my body wants to be asleep.
Oh, okay.
Like if you ask me to do this again, then I pray that all your lights are red. You can't
Yeah.
find your shoes.
Your shoelaces will be
And
perpetually
there will be
knotted.
no coffee for you.
You will always pick up the salt instead of the sugar in your coffee.
Your
Or
coffee
there's
will
no
always
coffee.
be cold. As will your
Green.
shower water.
Your shower will always be cold. Your coffee will always be the wrong temperature.
I will be sad if there's no coffee.
That's okay. My kiddo will be home tomorrow night.
Yeah.
He's on his train
Woohoo!
right now,
He's
actually.
done with school.
For the semester, yeah.
Nice. Mine get done on the 22nd of May. That's why we're heading out to Wyoming right after they get
Yeah.
done.
Yep.
So we went that first week just to spend, go see the grandparents and the family.
Yep. And Tripp's graduation is the 17th, if I remember correctly.
Of May.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
He's all done.
Coming up very soon. That's exciting.
Yes.
Very exciting. May, yeah. Yeah, okay. It's hard to believe it's already graduation season.
Yeah.
And I've got one that'll be done with middle school, and they'll both be in the high school next year, so that'll be nice.
Having them in the same school, yeah, that helps.
That'll help a lot, yeah. It's going to be very nice to have them in the same building.
Been there, done that.
Yeah. Right now they're, one at the middle school, one at the high school, so that makes it tricky, but we make it work because we have to.
Yep. I remember those days.
Oh man.
And
Oh.
the older one can show the younger one around and hopefully get her footing. So
They'll be fine.
yeah, I know.
So we just need to see Brooklyn decide she's a cursed horse or something.
It's coming. Just wait.
And I'll have your spell list finished at least through second level.
Okay.
Before next week.
Yeah, I just printed out a whole bunch of the ones you sent me. So
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to make my own little notebook here.
Well, and if you notice, I organize them differently. I organize them they're still alphabetical, but I organize them by what they do.
Yeah, I saw that environmental, healing, defensive,
Right.
offensive, which is really
And
cool.
There's some overlap with some of the spells. Like environmental spells are so versatile because they can be offensive, they can be defensive.
And I have a little bit more of those as a druid.
Yeah, you've got a lot of those.
I know.
So
You
that's,
can
I mean,
add-
that's how I have mine done. I also, my spell book has colored pages
Okay.
because each color is a different type of, like, a different purpose.
You color code everything.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
Very
Green
nice.
is healing. Orange is offensive and attacks. Blue is communication. So if we're in an encounter and I'm trying to figure out what I want to do, if I don't like,
You can look at it real quick and know what color is what, so you can
yeah,
quickly look
like,
it up.
For me, I have environmental as yellow.
Mhm.
So that's where I classified mage hand.
Right.
Or healing for armor of Agathis is under healing, so it's green.
Got it.
but it can also be used as a defensive spell because it does give 5 points of cold
Yeah,
damage.
I have healing and defensive spells bundled under healing / protection
Okay.
because that made sense in my brain.
Yeah.
There we go. It's better.
Life
My
preservation
summonings
spells.
are red because
Excuse me.
but yeah, Marwyn can cast a 3rd level psionic blast.
Nice. You have some skills.
You guys just need to make sure you're behind me when I do it.
Right. And probably
It's
a little
tone.
distance away from you as well.
No, you just have to be behind me because it's a 30-foot cone.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
So
it
as long
goes
as you're
out.
behind me, you're safe.
Okay. Gotcha.
And the other thing, Allie, with
Yeah.
your spells, like I said, because you have the ability due to the fact that you are cursed, you have the ability to curse your spells, which will do which either you can write it in your notes or Babs can put it in there for you.
Okay.
If you used a cursed variant of your spells, it'll do 1d4 per level. So if you cast it as a
Okay.
level 1, it'll do 1d4 necrotic added onto it. If you cast it as a level 2, 2d4 and so on.
Gotcha.
And if you take a cursed variant of any animal that you turn into, it automatically does 1d4 necrotic.
Okay. Yeah. 1d4 necrotic. I need to.
I've added that to the top of your cursed variant, 1d4 necrotic plus other damage. Is that right, Terry?
Per skill level. So that
1d4
increases per skill or per spell level.
necrotic. And that's because I'm cursed variant. I can add.
Yeah.
And I can do that with damage. That's damage, right? Yeah.
Yep.
And I can just add that on to when I fight or when I.
Yeah, just let me know that you're using the cursed variant.
Uh-huh.
And that way I can make sure that you do add that 1d4
Okay.
of necrotic damage to it.
Yep. I've made that note at the top of your spell sheet.
And me and Babs talked about this the other day. You could have used your primal scream while in Wendigo. Yeah, they would have taken a little bit of damage.
Mhm.
But the Dwagger are weak to psionic damage, so they would have taken a crap ton.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah, that would make okay. I thought I was worried I was going to make it worse for Mindless, who was basically on deathbed. That was the one I was most worried about.
I think pretty much everybody was on their deathbed.
Yeah, true. Or close to it, including myself.
But yeah, and yeah, it is good. That you did think your way through it, and before you made that decision.
Mm-hmm.
But sometimes sometimes just go with your first choice.
Fair. And see
Which
how
I
it works out.
which I think, if I'm remembering Mindless's stats right, I think he would have been able to easily make the save, so he would have been all right. But the Draugr, they would not have been all right if you had used your scream.
Teacher reference. Sorry. That was my scream, right?
Yeah.
Let's see. That's one of my spells, isn't it? Is that
No, that's one of your Wendigo abilities.
That's Wendigo abilities. That's right.
Or deafening scream. That's it.
Yeah, I have deafening scream. That's right. I'm gonna have to print all this stuff out the same way Babs does and organize it. Got the right idea.
Oh yeah, you also have the Cloak of the Displacer Beast.
Yes. Now you know why I went back and did the inventory.
I forgot I gave her that.
Cloak of, yeah. What does that do exactly? Like, what is the...
While wearing this cloak, your image becomes like a blur, and all who look upon you when equipped have disadvantage on any attacks against you. You have advantage on stealth, dexterity, and sleight of hand checks.
Okay.
It basically gives you the spell blur.
It blurs me. Got it. Yep. And
You become much harder to hit, but you
Marvin's going to have to start wearing a cloak when she goes to court.
So am I, so I can save my...
No, because she's not known for wearing a sword at court. She can't leave the sword behind.
Got
yeah,
it.
because it's so bound to her. So
Right.
Like, that's going to be a conversation with the king and queen, Marwyn. There are no weapons in this room. Why are you wearing a sword?
because this happens. See? Oh, and that is something you can do, because that sword is soul bound. You can throw the sword to do damage and then recall it.
Nice.
Oh yeah,
That is a beautiful...
it's essentially the sword version of T's dagger.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, exactly.
And you can't go more than 60 feet away from it before it would rematerialize on your hip. So.
Yep.
So if anybody ever takes it and goes more than 60 feet, it just comes right back to you, or until you call it back.
So it's possible to steal, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah. What a cool tool.
And I think I'm not sure if it's with a pack of the Archfey Warlock or not. I think it's just with the pack of the Blade. I think you might also be able to
Bless you.
pack bind your weapon.
I don't know what that means.
Basically, you're soul binding a weapon temporarily to you.
Okay.
Let me pull that up and see if that's just for Pack of the Blade.
What would be the point? Like, I get it if it weren't already a soul-bound blade.
So basically, so you can throw it and call it back.
Sure.
Pack magic.
But that would be a good thing for Tez.
Yeah.
Returning weapon.
At third level, your otherworldly patron bestows a gift upon you for your loyal service. If you take pack of the chain or pack of the blade, you can create a packed weapon in your empty hand. So you can literally create a weapon out of nothing.
Nice.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm a Pact of the Tome warlock, and yeah.
And I'm talisman. Because of my dice.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm Pact of the Tome because I knew beforehand about the aspect of the moon invocation, right? Which yeah. Aspect of the moon no longer need to sleep and can't be forced to sleep. So,
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Question. Because I was thinking about that. You can't be forced to sleep, but can you, if you're willing, be encouraged to sleep?
Yeah, probably. I mean, it says
Because
for
some of Marwyn's bard abilities involve like Song of Rest puts you to, like, if she puts you to sleep, you can heal.
That's cool.
Like Song of Rest doesn't make you sleep, but she does have, I think, the spell sleep, and if she uses it, you heal while under the spell. Not by a lot, but every little bit,
Right.
I mean, Tez could also just still sleep. She just doesn't need to,
Yeah.
She
But what
doesn't
I'm
lose
saying
her
is,
ability to sleep.
because it can't be forced.
Yeah, no. If she falls asleep of her own, not forced. But I guess casting sleep could be, and I'd say it's up to Terry, but I feel like casting sleep is forcing sleep.
Well, it
It
depends. If
technically
somebody,
is.
yeah, it can be used as a force, or you can actually decide to willingly submit to the spell.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
There are several spells. Like the same thing can happen with the Zone of Truth. Like you can choose to not resist it.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
And sleep wasn't the right one because that one doesn't heal, but
I was gonna say, I know I can get away with little amounts of sleep.
Let's see. Hang on a second here. I think you can get that's your proficiency. Okay, never mind. I was thinking of something else.
yeah.
Because I was thinking at another level that you could actually take a secondary pact boon, but I was looking at something else.
Right. But yeah, I was just wondering how that would work with Tez's immunity to being forced into sleep. I think that would come down to Tez trusting her party members enough to know that if that spell is coming from Marwyn or Brooklyn, that it's intended for her benefit.
Right.
But that would be up to King.
Maybe little haircuts.
Oh, that could get interesting. I forgot you could do that at level 6 and at 10 and at
What's that?
What did you do?
well, warlocks at 6, 10, 14. 6, 10, and at 14, you can get another otherworldly patron feature.
Oh,
Yeah.
So you can get
Nice.
yeah. So you could take on a second or third patron and get another pact boon.
Wait, hold up. What? Hold on. Wait. What? Hold on. That doesn't feel right. Hold on. That does not feel. What?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Terry, please re-say what you said.
Okay, at first level, you have struck a bargain with an otherworldly being of your choice. Your choice is granted your features at level 1, again at level 6, 10, and 14th level.
Interesting.
Yes, that's the feature from that's your subclass feature. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
At those levels, you can you get another feature from otherworldly patrons.
Yeah, you get the feature from your subclass. What?
From your sub, yeah.
Yeah,
You get
from your subclass. It doesn't say like you could choose an additional. I'm looking in otherworldly patron right now. At first,
Yeah, so am I. I'm trying to because
your choice grants you grants you the features. Your choice grants you the features.
Okay, yeah, your choice.
So it's just the subclass.
Which still, that you can grab some more OP shit.
Well, no, it's just the subclass features that like
Yeah,
how
I know, but
rogues
look
have
at
the
but yeah,
archetype.
you go into like, oh God, I didn't.
yeah, and I mean that could be that. Mm,
Yeah, right.
well, because at Marwyn's next level up, she has a decision to make. Do we take another level in Bard and go to 5 levels of Bard and 5 levels of Warlock? Or do we take that extra level of Warlock and the extra feat?
Wait, hold on.
Yeah, because right now, because
Wait.
yeah, because of her patron.
Oh yeah, that's right. She's
Yeah, because my stuff is all weird.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're like 2 levels above us, right? Like total combined level is level 8.
9.
Or did I forget
9,
to
yeah.
up? All right.
9.
Yeah, she's 3 ahead of y'all.
Gotcha.
Yeah, because
I think
you're yeah, and because you're Pact of the Archfey, you also have access to Fairy Fire, Sleep, Calm Emotions, Phantasmal Force. If you choose to go up again, you have Blink and Plant Growth.
I don't know that I need Blink.
I mean, well, Blink you could just Blink can be fun, especially in combat, because you can literally just take yourself out of combat, move 10 feet, and then on your next turn, reappear, attack, and blink again. So basically, you become unhittable for a while, as long as you can keep up concentration.
That is fair. Although with the boots, of course, you did nerf them a little bit.
Let's see. Yeah, roll a d20 at the end of each turn for the duration of the spell. On a roll of 11 or higher, you vanish from the current plane of existence and appear in the ethereal plane. The spell fails and the casting is wasted if you weren't already on that plane. If you were already on that plane, starting your next turn when the spell ends. If you are in the ethereal, at the start of your next turn, and when the spell ends, if you are on the ethereal plane, you return to an unoccupied space of your choice that is seen within 10 feet of the space you vanished from. If unoccupied space is available within range, you appear in the nearest unoccupied space, chosen at random, blah, blah, blah. You can dismiss the spell as an action. So basically, as long as you keep rolling an 11 or higher, you can just continuously just blink, come out, attack, blink, attack, blink.
You're always behind the guy.
Yep. Pretty much.
That becomes a big game of whack-a-mole.
Quack, quack, quack.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember what the what happens at 5th level for bards. You would think I would know this by now.
All right, I'm just looking at this stuff right now. I think I'm going to put 1 level in Warlock and 1 in Artificer so I can get my subclass.
At
And
level
also
6.
the extra invocation. No. 1 level in Warlock, so I'd be level 5 Warlock and just have an extra invocation.
Okay.
And 1 level in Artificer, so I can find Artificer subclass. Which I think I'm going to make Armorer.
Nice. Smart.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's see. Just for poops and ha-has, I want to see. That's only a level 4? Hang on, she...
Beginning when you reach 5th level, you regain all of your expended uses of bardic inspiration when you finish a short or long rest. 6th level, you gain the ability to use musical notes or words of power to disrupt mind-influencing effects. As an action, you can start a performance that lasts until the end of your next turn. During that time, you and any friendly creatures within 30 feet have advantage on saving throws against being frightened or charmed.
Good to know.
Well, here's something funny. When you reach, when you finally get level 4 spells, if you decide to take a spell from another class, you can always take Phantasmal Killer.
Oh my gosh.
You tap into the nightmares of a creature you can see within range and create an illusion manifestation of its deepest fears, visible only to that creature. The target must make a wisdom saving throw. On a failed save, the target becomes frightened for the duration. At the end of each turn, before the spell ends, the target must succeed a wisdom saving throw or take 4d10 psychic damage.
Damn!
Wow.
And what class has that?
That is a level 4 wizard spell.
Nice.
So once you reach level 4, you can choose to... in your spell class, you can choose to take a spell from another class.
Wow.
Terry, I have a question relating to the Armorer subclass, and specifically with Tez, right? So, with the Armorer subclass, you gain arcane armor, which can't be removed from you. You can replace missing limbs. Yada yada. Can also act as a spellcasting focus. So with one of the things, it's with the 2 models, there's Guardian and Infiltrator, right?
Right.
And with Infiltrator, you have the Lightning Launcher, which is just like a gem-like node that appears on one of your hands or chest and counts as a simple ranged weapon.
Yeah.
Deals lightning damage. Would I be able to potentially translate that to the new and debatably potentially improved with material, but only with material, unfortunately. Alice.
Let's see.
Hey,
I think Allstate just gave us our deductible back.
Hi, Chris.
We got a text message credit for $100 from Allstate.
sweet.
That's why I'm certified.
Daisy Scoop.
Not because that would be.
Which means
Let's
I
see.
got
I'm trying to. It counts as a simple range.
Yeah, it's already
No,
in
that
there.
would because it would be coming from you, so it would be actually a part of your armor, so it would be
Okay.
coming from you and not from the weapon itself,
Gotcha.
Yeah, okay.
because you're customizing the armor.
Yeah.
Okay.
And you have like 3 sets of armor.
And the other thing is, if you take that sub route, you would, because you would be proficient in heavy armor, you would actually be able to wear heavy armor without it affecting your warlock class.
Oh, yeah, another thing is if the armor has normally has a strength requirement, it doesn't for me.
Yeah.
Yeah. And also any disadvantage on stealth checks would be canceled out by the infiltrator.
Yeah, because you have proficiency.
Okay.
Well, no, not proficient. The dampening field. You have advantage on stealth checks. If the armor normally imposes a disadvantage, the advantage and disadvantage cancel each other out.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, right there.
Yeah.
What we need are better healing spells.
Right? Yeah, we've got potions and stuff, but there's not a whole lot there.
Although Marwyn has one spell that basically creates potions.
Cool.
Um,
That could be useful. That will be
Let's
useful
see.
if you figure out how to use it.
yeah.
Yeah, y'all are level 6, correct?
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, level 7 is when you would get your next either feat or increase the stats. So
Okay.
yeah,
Wait, I
when
thought
you
that was level 8. That is the
Is it
next
good?
well, let's
ability
see.
score.
Yeah, I think for hang on, I gotta.
Because it's
I hate when I have one.
Yeah.
see.
I have
I have a,
Yeah, it's
Right,
even
yeah.
for warlocks. And,
I have a spell called Healing Elixir
I think
that
that's
basically
just like
creates.
around the board, you know.
Okay.
wizards, it's on odds.
Oh, wait, really? Huh. Weird.
Yeah, I know wizards are weird. But yeah, I think everybody else it is on evens. I think sorcerers are the same way. I think
Wait, no.
sorcerers get
No,
odds too.
wizards are on evens.
They are?
I'm checking right here, yeah.
Oh wait, no, I'm thinking
They're-
of I'm thinking of spell levels. Never mind.
Okay.
My brain is not braining right now.
It's all
Oh
right.
no, you're fine, man. You're fine.
I was gonna say, hey Terry,
you
it's
get
about 11
you get
o'clock.
you get your next spell level on
Got it.
odds. Okay, never mind. Yeah, it's getting
Yeah,
about 11.
I'm getting tired.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's
Yeah.
11.
Something.
Yeah, no, I've been working most of the day, so I'm ready for
Also,
bed.
something we got to consider as well for Tez is if she ever gets out of her contract, what takes up the levels that she had previously,
Oops.
right?
Hey, look what Babs did for me.
Oh, wow.
Because while it could just revert back to the artificer,
Yeah, basically.
I feel like it would be a bit
Look
more
how she
fun to
organizes
just
them.
sort of
Does it by like
maybe
type.
swap
So,
to
offensive
sorcerer
spells,
with like
defensive spells,
clockwork.
Yeah,
fire
basically you become a
spells.
sorcerer because you now have access to all that knowledge. You're just no longer under
cool.
contract.
Yeah. Oh, so we'd be going with like, say, what subclass would we be going with in that case?
Well, we can actually discuss that at a later time because some of us are tired because some of us have been up since
Since
4
right,
o'clock.
exactly. We've been
Some
up
of us
since.
have only had 3 hours of sleep.
Yep.
Yeah, and it's only it's just about to be 8 for me as well.
Yeah, it's 11
All
here.
It's 11 for us.
And we've been up since crack of dawn.
right.
Except
At
for
least
a
I have.
3-hour
I don't
nap,
know
I've
anyone
been
else.
awake since 8 o'clock yesterday.
Yeah. You need
All
some
right.
sleep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So let's call it there. And we'll be back next Friday with our next session. And we will see if they live or if they die.
Dun, dun, dun.
Dun, dun, dun.
Good night,
Yeah.
everybody.
Night,
Good
Terry.
night.
Night, Babs. Night, Tess.
Night.
Night, Nick.